focus standards covered in this lesson are Reading Foundations 2.3, which is to know and apply grade-level phonics and word analysis skills in decoding words. The primary standard being covered is Reading Foundations 2.3.B, which is to know spelling sound correspondences for additional common vowel teams. Students will encounter 6 syllable types while they are reading. It is important that students understand the difference between each syllable type. This lesson will introduce you to the vowel team syllable type and will provide strategies on how to teach vowel teams to your struggling readers, based off of the lessons found in 95% Group's Blueprint for Intervention. According to 95% Group, a student will come across 6 different syllable types while reading. The 6 syllable types include closed, vowel consonant E, open, vowel teams, consonant LE, and vowel R. Let's take a closer look at vowel team syllables. Reading Rocket's 6 syllable types article discusses the importance of learning the different syllable types. They state that familiarity with syllable patterns helps students to read longer words accurately and fluently and to solve spelling problems. 95% Group categorizes vowel teams into 2 different types, predictable vowel teams and unpredictable vowel teams. Let's look at the differences between predictable vowel teams and unpredictable vowel teams. Both types have 2 or 3 vowel letter combinations side by side. The difference is in the sounds the vowel teams make. Predictable vowel teams make a predictable pronunciation, while unpredictable vowel teams have more than one pronunciation. When teaching vowel teams, keep the following pieces in mind. 95% Group recommends that when teaching predictable vowel teams, you should teach vowel teams that have the same sound pronunciation but different spelling at the same time. For example, AI and AY have different spelling but both make the same sound. When teaching unpredictable vowel teams, 95% Group recommends that you should teach students the most common pronunciation first, followed by the second most common pronunciation. Please refer to the unpredictable vowel team anchor chart for the pronunciations. This lesson will use Alconin boxes. Alconin boxes are used to help students with phoneme-grapheme mapping. It requires the students to segment words into sounds. Alconin boxes help students build their understanding of the alphabetic principle in regards to spelling and decoding. Each box represents one sound, so when writing digraphs and vowel teams, both letters will go into one box. Students that will be targeted in this lesson are those who struggle to recognize the different vowel team sounds. Prior to this lesson, it is assumed that your student understands that certain vowel combinations have different pronunciations. This small group lesson should last no more than 15 minutes and should be continued every day until the skill is mastered. This lesson provides an example of how you can teach all vowel teams. You will need the following materials for this lesson. Introduce the lesson by setting the purpose for learning vowel teams. For example, as readers, we come across letters that when combined have many different pronunciations. For example, when the 2 letters EA are next to each other, they can have 2 different sounds. It can say the long E sound or the short eh sound. The word saw is another example of how when 2 letters are next to each other, the sound of the word can change. The AW makes the sound ah. Continue your introduction by building interest. Show students a picture of the coat and ask them how should we spell this word. Go on to say, there are many ways to make the O sound. We could use the silent E pattern and get C-O-T-E, the vowel team OE and get C-O-E-T, the vowel team OW and get C-O-W-T, or the vowel team OA and get COAT. By understanding the pattern and rules, we will be able to spell this word correctly. As you are saying this, write down the spelling of each example, boxing in the vowel team as you say it. Show students the predictable vowel team anchor chart and review the vowel sounds they make. This should have already been introduced to students and practiced in a whole group setting. Then show students the predictable vowel team rules to remember chart and introduce one vowel team at a time. The rules to remember chart has been made into a bookmark for students to refer to as they are working. Show students the Alconin sound box page. This page should be copied back to back and then placed in a page protector so that you can use dry erase markers to write and reuse the paper. Explain to students that we will use the boxes to help us spell words that have predictable vowel teams. Each box will represent one sound, so when we get ready to write a vowel team, both letters will go in one box. Begin modeling how to use the Alconin boxes with the word braid. First, I need to think of how many sounds are in the word braid. This word has 4 sounds, b, a, d, which means I will need 4 sound boxes. Model how to use each box to write one sound. I hear a b, so I will write the letter B into the first box. Next, I hear a so I will write the letter R in the next box. Now I hear an A. Since I hear the long A sound in the middle of the word, I know I need to use the AI vowel team. Since AI makes one sound, I will write both letters in the next box. The last sound I hear is D, so I will write this letter in the last box. Let's read all the sounds together. B, a, d. The word is braid. Now model this procedure with the AY vowel team using the word play. Now I'm going to use the word play. I hear 3 sounds, p, a, so I will need 3 sound boxes. The first sound is p, so I will write a P in the first box. The second sound is so I will write an L in the second box. The last sound is A. Since I hear the A sound at the end of the word, I will use the AY vowel team. Since AY makes one sound, I will write both letters in the last box. The students will now get an opportunity to practice with the support of the teacher. Before continuing, you will want to set expectations for how to use the writing tools, making sure they do not become distractions. Let's try this next word together, boy. How many sounds are in the word boy? Remind students to use their fingers to segment the word. What's the first sound you hear? Let's write that down in our first box. What's the second sound you hear? Does this sound come in the middle of the word or at the end? You will want to have the rules to remember chart handy so that the students can refer to it. Which vowel team should we use? OI or OY? Let's write that down in our second box. Let's say the sounds again. B-oy. The word is boy. Continue practicing these steps again with words from the predictable vowel team word list. The last part of the lesson is the independent practice. Tell students that you will be giving them a word to practice on their own. You can choose to give the whole group the same word or each individual student their own word. Picture cards can also be used to help individualize the practice. Below are some questions to remind students to think about when writing their word. You will want to continue practicing this with several more words, each time reminding students to finish their writing by reading their word. While students are working independently, listen and assist individual students that need more support. While they are working, you can ask individual students to explain their reasoning for using a specific vowel team. Can they accurately identify and pronounce the different vowel team sounds? When you feel that your student has mastered the standard, you can have them take the formative assessment on Edify to check for understanding.